We're not telling him we're not, telling you what to do, but, it's not going to get better. It's only going to get a lot worse. And when you talk about gardens, during World War II, they had victory gardens, and we should start thinking in those terms again. Stop ripping up these stupid lawns with grass that you can't eat or smoke, and put something productive down there, like berry bushes and vegetables.
That's right. 40 years ago, even everybody had a garden in their front yard, but now that the corporate said it wasn't trendy, so you can't do it.
Exactly. So really start thinking in terms of survival. These are survival times. The winter's coming. Prepare for it.
And folks,
again, about going to getting a degree in history. We're recommending to people that if you have a kid going to school and they're not getting a degree in, like, let's say, in medical.
Hold on. Give us that advice after the break. Final segment with our guest, folks. The offshore corporations, they want a crisis to herd us into their solution that is a new world order, run for and by the banks. You'll pay a carbon tax into them. It's going to be hellish. You better take very seriously what our guest, who's worked at many different levels in and out of government for major corporations, is one of the best trend projectors out there. He's able to project forward and really predict what's going to happen, Gerald Celente. And we've only got about 6, 7, 8 minutes left with him, so I want to hurry through your calls. But people get mad at me, Gerald, when I get up here and I say, look, don't go into $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100,000 in debt unless you're going to be a doctor or an engineer or a chemist, because those jobs you need a college degree. You're really taught something. But fine arts or history, folks, you can forget it. You're not going to have a job in the foreseeable future with that. And you do a lot better going out and learning how to be an exterminator or learning how to mow lawns. I mean, explain this to people.
Well, you hit it right on the head. I mean, people spending this kind of money for art history, psychology, business administration, economics. I mean, my God, get into the workforce and do like they did in the old days. Find yourself a master and become an apprentice, not the Donald Trump junk, but, real business. And learn from the ground up, because people that are going to debt to send their kids into the college industrial complex are just throwing money away. And here's the most important part of it. The college industrial complex is built upon, again, the old model of filling people for the corporate field. That whole corporate paradigm is now dying, and the colleges are still geared up to filling that. So, people sending their kids to a school because it has a great language course. Send the kids to the country where they want to speak the language and let them work and they'll learn it there, or get Rosetta Stone. But don't spend $40,000, or send them to the community college.
Yeah, we're seeing a giant paradigm shift. And take Joe the plumber. That guy's making a couple $100,000 a year. He's a plumber. I know people that own lawn companies, plumber companies that are small, and they're living better than I am. And then I see these yuppies with 2, 3, 4 degrees, and they're working at the local grocery store.
Absolutely. Yeah, where are they going to get a job? You get out of college, you're going to go to work for the Sports Authority? And the thing about, working the lawns, again, now you go into business and you say, listen, we're going to turn your lawn into a productive piece of real estate. And I'm Italian descent. I mean, we spent our times in the backyards of my grandfather with grape arbors and rabbits and, the whole thing. I mean, it's a beautiful setting rather than these sterile-looking, nothing, chemically treated lawns that are good for nothing. So that's the kind of innovation. Again, Alex, I can't express it or stress it enough. This is the time for innovation. And the people that think for themselves, and by the way, that's the motto of the Trends Research Institute, think for yourself.
You're going to be ahead, because once everybody rushes in, then you're just going to be able to survive instead of capitalizing on the future and getting out ahead, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is all about survival, about telling the truth, but studying the globalists, studying trends, studying the real world, it's a way to make a lot of money, isn't it, Gerald?
You're going to make more money now than you will before, because every schmo was in the game before because of all the cheap money. Now the intelligent people, this is a time for people that think for themselves, that are intelligent, that are true to their word, true to themselves. They could make a fortune during these times. These are the best of times for the people of a higher moral character.